week, Ariel.
Oh, get
Happy
out of here.
Halloween week is the
Get
best
out of
time of
here.
year.
No, why? You don't even seem that happy about any other day of the week. Why are you a Halloween person?
Because I have a dark soul and I love horror movies and candy and costumes and passing out trick or treat candy and doing all
But you
that
don't
sort of
even
stuff.
do anything. You just sit there and hand out candy?
No, this year I'm walking around with some friends and their kids and partaking in
I was
their
going to
neighborhood
say, don't walk
festivities.
around and take candy for yourself. That would be weird.
Probably gonna do the show on Friday in a costume, so that'll be fun.
In spite of me?
Why would that be in spite of you? It's not your
Because I
show
hate
on Friday. It's my
Halloween.
show.
That's fair. That's fair. I just feel like you're trolling me.
I mean, it's your fault that you have a terrible opinion. That's fine. I mean, you have like a few of
I
them, but
don't like to come up with costume ideas that I am going to throw out said costume the next day. I don't feel the need to dress up. Like, I don't like dress up.
Okay, that's fine. Be a Grinch. That's for Christmas though. So like, just be a Grinch. That's all.
I am a Christmas Grinch. I mean, Halloween Grinch.
It's fine. It's the best day of the year. Love it.
Best way to ultimately see
Mischief
people's
Night
weird
is fun
minds and their
too.
costume picks. You know what the weirdest costume I ever had was?
What?
In middle school, 6th grade, my friends decided it would be a creative idea to dress up as a movie theater floor.
So
it was a
there's
great costume.
Popcorn and all sorts of other things.
We wore black sweatshirts and we stuck like wrappers of candy and popcorn and all different things onto our black sweatshirts.
Wow.
Wasn't that so creative?
That's very creative, but like...
What was the weirdest costume you ever had? Chad, I want to hear yours too. We'll pick them at the end.
So I was the NBA lockout one year. That was many years ago.
What did you do, put a lock on yourself in an NBA jersey?
Well, no. So I deflated an NBA basketball, cut it in half and put it on my head. Then I put a sweatshirt on with a giant NBA logo, had a necklace of locks, and then with some sad faces of some NBA players. So I was an NBA lockout. I was Netflix and chill one year. I was the Geico camel who said hump day. I was that. I was Ace Ventura. I was a Yankee Candle. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday, and as you can tell. By the way, since you're a Northeasterner like me, you know Mischief Night too, right?
Oh, I love that. That was my fun night.
Mischief Night was always a fun night. I like to do.
We called it something else though. There was something else, another word for it. Chat, help out. It's called something else.
I had only known it as Mischief Night, and that was the night I put shaving cream under people's door handles, and that was pretty much
the same thing, but it's called something else. Was it Gate Night or Gate Night? I think it was Gate Night.
I had never heard of that.
It's the same thing. We did the same thing. We toilet papered people's houses and cars. Yeah, I think we called it Gate Night. Devil's Night, Gate Night, Goosey Night, Moving Night, Cabbage Night, Mat Night, and Mischief Night are all like the same thing.
By the way, Mark, I also was crisscross one year. That was awesome. That was a great one because all you had to do was wear your pants backwards and just wear oversized stuff and just know, crisscross will make you jump, and then,
Jump.
Mm-hmm. You don't remember crisscross? Oh, you're a little younger than I am, so you don't remember crisscross, do you?
No, okay, fine. Let's go into World Series. Come on, people want to know. People want winners tonight. Let's talk about some World Series odds. You are loving. We spoke about it this morning. You were loving Max Scherzer today. How are we going to play Max Scherzer on the mound?
So we're really not. We don't love anything. These are two. I'm telling people now. These are two sprinkle bets. These are just because I want something on tonight. I couldn't watch the game tonight and not have something on it. So they're not loves. So don't feel like you have to tail. And I put down as my reasoning for one of them. I'm taking the over on Max Scherzer's outs at 11.5. And basically my reasoning is it's a hunch. It's a veteran guy who I think can get 4 innings out of against the Dodgers lineup. A lot of the Dodgers hitters don't have good numbers against him in his career. Now, I understand a 40-something Max Scherzer is not the ace 30-something Max Scherzer that we had earlier. But I'm playing a hunch that he has over 11.5 outs. I was just waiting for the juice to come down because it was extreme last night. And then I also played his over on his walks because we hit it the first time against Seattle. We hit that in the first inning. He had 2 walks in the first inning. He had 3 walks in LA against the Dodgers during the regular season. He's had a little bit of a walk issue. And I feel like the Dodgers have to be a little bit more patient today than they were against Gausman. We lost the walks over on Gausman in game 2. So I'm going to go back to the well and take Scherzer's walks over as well.
So I love the walks over for Scherzer, and I told you that earlier because look at this. Scherzer to go over even a half a walk. Did you get 1.5?
Yeah, I don't know where they were offering half a walk.
So
That
on Prize Picks, it was a half a walk you could get in your Prize Picks lineup.
okay.
But that's for over 1.5 walks, which, let's say, away, 4 of the last 5, away at night in the playoffs. Well, only 1. But I love that away 4 of the last 5, he's had at least 3 walks. And then on Prize Picks, if you were to go down to half a walk, which this is props.cash, but Prize Picks had half a walk. I mean, he walks a ton of batters. Scherzer's wild.
He is, but Gossman was going through a wild stretch too, and the Dodgers drew 0 walks. And I feel like the best way to win this series for either team is to get the starting pitcher out. So the Dodgers at home, I think, will hopefully be a little bit more patient. The problem for me is if he walks a lot of guys, I win that bet, but then I'm probably not hitting the 4-inning mark. I'm not hitting the over 11.5 out. So I'm hoping
you need him to space out some walks.
Correct. I need him to space
everything out. It could be
everything
Scherzer's
out.
last start too. Like maybe there's some kind of Toronto will give him a little extra, like a little leeway. Like
Maybe
it could be his last career start.
Maybe it could be. I mean, the funny thing is he'd be lined up for game 6, probably game 7. I mean, game 7, Max Scherzer. I wouldn't hate starting a game with Max Scherzer, letting him go through the lineup in one time. But I mean, I don't think we're getting to
World
game
Series
7.
aren't meant for nostalgia.
No,
like
you have to win
personal
championships.
nostalgia. Mark says he doesn't have a walks prop, so he needed a baseball prop instead of walks. Well, Matt did give out the over and outs for Max Scherzer. Is there anything else that you would have put in your MLB portion of an Equinox parlay?
So, I was looking, I love my first 5-inning bet. My thing is, I'm more apt to take the Blue Jays over 1.5 for the first 5. I don't think shadows will be an issue. It'll be 5 o'clock out there. So maybe it's an issue early, but they made the Dodgers first 5 runs 2.5, which I didn't want to take because if Scherzer's pitching well, then they're going to go under that. But I'd maybe consider Toronto over 1.5 runs first 5 innings if we think that there's no shadows tonight and Glasnow gets rocked a little bit.
I'm going to give out some MLB props a little bit later in the show. Mark, I do have some hitter props that I was looking at. And if you are dying to get it in right now, those 2 names, we go to George Springer over on runs and we go to a new one, Will Smith. Will Smith is hitting over 400 in his 6-game hit streak. He hits well at home. He does well with a day off. Matt, there is that day off in between. Did that impact your handicap at all?
Well, I think it's why we're getting a shorter number on Scherzer's outs. I mean, I think that's why we're getting somewhat of a shorter number for Glasnow's outs at 16.5. But I mean, if this was last series, I would be taking the over. Like if this was the Brewer series or the Phillies series, I would 100% be taking over 16.5 outs with Glasnow. Now I think there's a little less margin for error. I mean, obviously Dave Roberts has to wonder a less than 100% Glasnow in like the 5th inning or his terrible bullpen. So like maybe he leaves Glasnow out there a little bit longer, but 16.5 is interesting considering what was it? Yamamoto's was 17.5 and I think Snell's was 17.5 as well.
He's old man Max Scherzer, so we do have to err with caution, but you are right that these bullpens have not been trustworthy, especially the Dodgers, though. But Max Scherzer has, 4 games under his belt as a starter in LA as a Dodger. So maybe it's a little revenge spot for him as a Toronto starter.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't think. I think
I don't think he cares
because he's
about
an
the
angry.
revenge
I think he's an angry guy in general when he gets on the mound. So I think he's just gonna have a revenge on everybody. I mean, Vlad has the best numbers in this game against Glasnow. He's 6 for 17 with a homer. That's the thing. I mean, Bo Bichette's 2 for 16 in his career with 4 strikeouts. So maybe an under on Bo Bichette, potentially. Who knows?
Let's go to Monday Night Football. We've got an injured Commanders team. You work in the area. He does radio for anyone that doesn't know Mid-Major Matt, radio in the Northern Virginia area. So the Commanders are a big part of what Matt covers. You don't have a quarterback in Jaden Daniels. You're up against the Kansas City Chiefs on the road in Arrowhead. How are you? I guess we'll start kicker whisperer.
So I'm not taking Matthew Wright, which for those who missed it, Matt Gay is not playing in the game tonight. He was just downgraded to out. So Washington signed Matthew Wright and then promoted him from the practice squad. I think if somebody offers a Matthew Wright prop, I don't know if DraftKings even put one up yet, but I'd potentially look at his field goal under. I just don't think field goals are going to do it for the Commanders tonight. Like, I don't think that they are going to settle. Oh, they don't even have it up yet, but they do have some over how many field goals made. Like, I would almost look at an under 3.5 total field goals potentially. I just don't see Washington settling. I think Dan Quinn goes for it a lot tonight because he's got a guy literally off the street that's going to be their starting kicker tonight. And I don't see the Chiefs kicking 4 field goals. So maybe under 3.5 field goals for the game potentially here in this one.
How about on the Kansas City side?
I mean, Washington gives up a lot of field goals, 2.4 field goals attempted against the Commanders, 2.3 on the road, 3 on average the last 3 games. We know the Chiefs at times have problems in the red zone, but Washington's defense is brutal. Like, Washington's defense is really bad. See, I think there's a path for Washington to make this game interesting tonight. I think if Mariota transitions from game manager to like a guy who makes winning plays, and if Bill Krosky Merritt runs really well tonight, I think they can keep the ball away from Kansas City, but I just don't see that defense making the stops that matter. So I think actually I gave you the Butker one, but I'm actually going to play, I think, under 3.5 field goals for the game tonight because I just don't think Washington's going to kick any, and I don't think Kansas City's going to get stopped in the red zone.
Ooh, okay. So no more Harrison Butker. We're going under on field goals. You like a receiving yard prop, and it's very low at 2.5. Who?
So last night I got this at 0.5 and it's gone up since then, but I like over 2.5 receiving yards. And it's only on, am I allowed to give the book? I don't think I can give the book because it's only in one place. BetMGM has Tyquan Thornton over 2.5 yards receiving. I got it half a yard last night. I get it that every play is going to go to Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy now. But if you look at this Kansas City Chiefs lineup, and I'm pulling up the snap count now, Tyquan Thornton's been in on 33% of the snaps. So it's not like he didn't play much. Now, look, I expect Rashee Rice's number to go up from 41% last week. But, like, who would you rather play, Tyquan Thornton or Juju Smith-Schuster? Like, I think Tyquan Thornton is better. And all you need is one catch. Like, all you need is one catch from Tyquan Thornton. All you need him is literally to fall forward, and he'll go over 2.5 yards. Problem is, it's only on BetMGM. So that's the only place you can get it. And I think there's so much value, and this is why we always talk about having multiple outs when it comes to sports books, because usually I get these little ones on DraftKings, but BetMGM put up, like, everybody. Like, even an offensive lineman, it feels like, is on BetMGM. So I like over 2.5 receiving yards for Tyquan Thornton tonight. His snap count number doesn't mean he's not going to get targets. It just means he's not going to be out there as much.
Sometimes these low numbers, even though they feel a little sketchy, they're wrong. The book just doesn't realize, and there could be numbers in prime time. There could be a good matchup. There could be an injury, and the books just don't adjust. And I feel like that could be one of those situations. I've hit that before on a bunch of quarterback rushing yard props too, Matt.
Yeah, I'm looking now. So it went down to 1.5. So you're getting 1.5 now, which is even better because it was 2.5 when I gave it to you. And now I even Noah Gray's number's 5.5. I mean, like, Noah Gray gets a lot of snaps in that offense.
So I was looking at Noah Gray. I was shocked in prime time, according to props.cash. In prime time, Noah Gray has like 0 targets in the red zone, which shocked me because the Commanders are bad against tight ends. So I was looking at Noah Gray tonight.
Yeah, and his snap count, if you look at it, he consistently plays about 55, 60% of the snaps. He played 59% last game, 75% the game before. I didn't even realize they have Robert Tonyan, the Packers tight end. But, like, Gray is in there quite a bit. And if you look the last 2 weeks, 28 yards and 25 yards, like, it's not a terrible bet if you want to sprinkle on some of these other guys. Like, I think Gray is certainly in the mix tonight to get a catch or two. And certainly at a number of 5.5, that's not bad. It's minus 125 to the over. So people have found this bet.
People in the chat asking about Mahomes. Matt does have a Mahomes prop, but it's, I think, the first time he's going to this market. What is it?
Yeah, I'm taking him not to throw an interception. Now, here's the thing. So since I did it, when I gave it to you yesterday, this early this morning, it was minus 135 on BetMGM. It's minus 185 now. It's just Mahomes just doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, and I think this Washington secondary is terrible. And so yes, this is a market that usually I don't play because I just don't get a number I like. But you're giving me Mahomes, who has 2 interceptions so far this year, against a secondary that feels like just doesn't force a lot of turnovers. His 2 interceptions were against the Eagles and the Jaguars. Like, I just don't see him. I think there's a chance he doesn't throw a ton tonight because they're going to be winning by so much. Like, he might only have 30-ish attempts tonight, and I just don't see this defense forcing any turnovers.
I couldn't believe that you were giving that out. I was like, you're going to the interceptions market? Damn.
The last thing that I kind of like, and I was trying to do some research as I was doing my show this afternoon, I either like Jalen Lane or Luke McCaffrey over their number.
Why?
Because one of them is the slot is the place to get Kansas City, I think. And both of them, when they get catches, are long receptions. The problem is they have inconsistent snap counts. There's been one game this year where Debo and Terry McLaurin were both healthy and Noah Brown was not healthy. In that game, Luke McCaffrey played 36% of the snaps. Jalen Lane only played 24%. But if you look at their numbers, though, when they catch the ball, it's at least like a 10-yard catch, it feels like. So I don't know which one, though, and it kind of worries me because both of them are around 10.5. Luke McCaffrey's 10.5 and Jalen Lane's 11.5. One of them's going to break a long run tonight. I just don't know which one.
Mid-Major Matt going to be hosting the show on Friday and Monday. I am excited to probably not watch, but I'll watch it back on YouTube. I'm just kidding. Friday I'll be traveling, so I won't be able to watch. But on Monday, maybe I'll tune in while I'm sitting on the beach enjoying the Aruba sunset.
You won't.
I might, if I can get service. Here's the best part of where I stay in Aruba. It's not where everyone else stays, and the Wi-Fi sucks.
Well, I mean, you should be unplugged anyway.
Thank you. I still have 3.5 days left here in misery. So you make what?
It's not misery.
Is
every place outside of Aruba miserable? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I guess that's true.
I mean, it's a pretty high bar.
We'll see. I'm interested to see what your next guest says because we've agreed, I think, each of the last 2 weeks, and we've nailed those props.
You guys, I think you and Jared have, when you guys have agreed on a prop, you guys have been undefeated.
I think we're 2-0 or 3-0.
Yeah, and has it only been kicker props?
It has been, because I'm the kicker whisperer, and he can deem himself whatever he likes to deem himself. And we just nailed it. Ask him about the under 3.5 field goals, and if he agrees, then we've got another victor. So
for Commanders under 3.5 field goals.
No. It's total game.
Under 3.5 field goals.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what Jared has to say about it coming up next. Matt, thank you as always for coming on. You can follow him on the newsletter at midmajormatt on thepropqueen.com and follow him at midmajormatt on all his socials. Anything else you want to plug?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Matt, and we will see you Friday.